Hello guys, my name is Butoma Nikita and I would like to speak with you about consciousness again, because this theme had not been exhausted, had not been used up in our previous talkings. What was about the consciousness? I had explained what consciousness is, but there are many theories of consciousness, not about what consciousness is, but about how consciousness important. And for example, there have been a guru which was named Gurdjieff, Georgy Gurdjieff, who had claimed that we all are sleeping. It's our normal statement, and this is a wrong statement because we are not percept reality as it is. And he had claimed that we must be awakened to perceive that reality, and he had managed to create the system of methods, the system of exercises, which allows us to be awakened from our statement of sleeping to new, amazing, as it will be described, statement of consciousness. And I had to mention Osho, the next guru, who wrote many books about consciousness that he named awareness. And he wrote that we are not sleeping, but we are not conscious, and we not possess the consciousness, and the consciousness is very difficult to achieve and very important to achieve, because consciousness allows us to perceive reality as it is. Let's talk about these theories. We was talking about consciousness, and I have explained that we possess consciousness not every moment in our life, but in separately moments in which we are going to act, in which we are needed to act, in which anyone calls us. In that moment we are truly awakened from, not for sleeping, for the other deals which connected with our perception of reality, and first of all with our perception of our self, our natural net. It is a very important part of our life to perceive our feelings, to perceive our thoughts, and it is situated inside us. It is situated in our natural net. That is why we take a lot of time to recognize our feelings, to decipher it, to recognize our thoughts, to decipher our thoughts and our ideas. It's very important for us to be ready to perceive the reality. That is why we can't be awareness every time, because we can't be deep inside our thoughts, and in that time be awareness of our existing. What is awareness? What awareness of our existing is? Awareness of our existing or consciousness is first of all calling us by a name, and it's a feeling of our existing which creates by the looking from the second screen to the first screen, from our feelings, with the thoughts of our existing, with our calling by name, the looking from our feelings to the screen in which the external world is situated. It's a screen inside our brain. It's electrical field. It's a rectangular shape field of filling with electrical signals in which the picture of external world is unfolding. So we can't be conscious every moment in our life because we are necessary, we are needed to thinking about our feeling, percept it, and think about our thoughts and percept it, decipher it. The secondary, we can spend a lot of time to recognize our feelings in the second screen and the picture that we can see in the first screen. It takes a lot of time. And as Osho writes, we are not conscious in every moment because we are not percept ourselves every moment. But I may ask, why do I call myself every moment? Why do I need to percept my existing in every moment? What is the ground, what is the reason of my feeling? There is no needs, no reasons, because if I feeling a threat, in that moment I will be awaking from my describing my thoughts, from my feelings. I will be awakened and I became conscious and I remember who I am and I act properly. But if threats disappears, why do I remember my name? Why do I be conscious? Be awareness of myself. There is no reason for me to be awareness of myself. It takes a lot of resources to be awareness of myself. And moreover, that is very dangerous. That is very dangerous on what Osho and Gurdjieff calls, on what they invite us. I'll try to explain you why it is dangerous. It is dangerous because let's describe this mechanism. As I have said, we call ourselves by name, and in that moment our name, idea of our existing, which states, which puts just in the center of the joy, of pleasure in our mind, when we or someone calls us, we are feeling joy, because in that moment we are remember our names and fetch our names from that center in which that is situated, and it is situated just in the center of the feeling of the joy, and so we activate the center of the joy and the joyful. We possess the joy, we possess the happiness, and we are doing that not every moment, but very often, and that is the ground of our consciousness, of our partly human consciousness. But if we may doing it permanently, we must just doing the exercise which Gurdjieff had managed to us, to call yourself, to call ourselves by name, each people, each member, each and in doing this very often, EA calling ourselves by the name and activate the center of joy in our mind, we destroy this center of joy. We exhausted this center of joy, and we will go in a very strange state, which claim to be our aim, which claim by Gurdjieff and by Osho to be our aim, our goal, which is what? Our state is, first of all, it's our awareness. It's doing fetching our name from our body every moment. We get used to it and we will do it without stopping. And we will put our names in the center of the first screen and in the center of the second screen, and we will bother him and to perceive the feeling, the second screen to perceive the feeling, and the first screen to perceive the picture. That our names will be permanently disturbing the whole picture which we create, the whole picture of reality which we create every moment. And it's not the worst. The worst is we will exhaust the center of joy, and it will be not filling us with joy. It will not supply us with the chemical drugs which need to us to clear the picture of the first screen, clear of our rectangular shape of the second screen, to get ready to perceive the new feelings, the new pictures. That is why we will become getting a state of permanent exhausting, which is very similar to the state of amazement, the state of pity. It's very unuseful state, which will be used only in the dark corner in any building, and it is not useful at all in acting in accept their responsibility in doing something, in act, in deciding, doing something. It's very unuseful. And what is the most dangerous? The exhausting of our center of joy becomes to absence of chemical drugs inside our body, and we are beginning to feel fear. It's a total fear who expand through all parts of our nature net. It's a horror which seems to be perceived the patients of clinics who are getting no drugs, who are getting fewer drugs than they need to accept. It is a feeling who are very familiar to whom of us who have been used some drugs, relax, calm drugs, and get stopping to use it. To be getting stop to use it, they become feeling a fear. That is because there are no chemical drugs inside our body, and that is why the nature net are conducting the signals of fear, the signals of alarm. On that, so we can see that respectable Osho and respectable Gurdjieff becomes us to be in a very hard state, in a very dangerous state. It was his name. It was his aim to getting us in that statement. It is a very poor statement. We became very dependable of whom? Of the teacher, of course. Of who will protect us, who will give us drugs, who will give us any shield which protect us from the external world. And external world became the evil, because external world is the source of our feeling of fear. It is the evil. It became the evil. So that was their aim, to become us a toy, a very useless toy from ourselves, but it is very useful for them because we still possess the money which they are needed of. And we can and we are willing to do everything that they claim to be protected from the external world. That was their aim, and I describe it. Thank you.